I'm Lizzie. I'm going to encourage you to do some origami because it's a great thing for your mental health, for your well-being, and this is offered as part of our work at UCLH, the hospital where I work. I encourage patients and staff to fold as a wonderful thing to do. It's a great way of focusing the mind, forgetting about everything else and making something beautiful. So this time I thought I'd show you a piece of Korean origami. It's called dakji, which is a flipping game. So the idea is you make these tiles and you throw as hard as you can one tile and it flips them over. It's quite hard to do, but it's very satisfying to make these gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. So I'm going to show you how to make them and then I'll attempt to show you how to play it as well. So this game, which is from at least 1392 from Korea, it's a really energetic game, and these tiles are wonderful. And paper went to Korea before Japan because it was invented in China and slowly was taken across the world. So how to make this? You need to make 5 tiles per person. It's a very playful game, and I'm thinking it's coming up towards some holidays, so this would be a great thing to do. So you make 5 tiles per person. 1 will be thrown at the other 4, and the idea is you throw at the same time and flip over your 4 as fast as you can, and the person who flips them first is the winner. And it's actually quite difficult to do, so that makes it quite fun. I've also really enjoyed just playing around with colours as well. So I've made tiles here for 2 people, and you can see that you have the colours on the back. So if you have coloured paper, I'd really encourage you to enjoy a bit of colour mixing. So I will show you just a plain paper, but definitely use some lovely colours, and maybe you can tell them apart which player is which. So I've used greens and blues for one lot and reds and warm colours for the other, but there's no right or wrong. They're really nice thick little tiles. So first of all, definitely do them 15 by 15 centimetres. So if you take an A4 sheet of paper, fold it in half to make A5. I'll just show you how to make a square from A5. You'll need to make 2 squares. I do them in different colours. I'm showing you in white just so you can see what to do. So I am folding it to make this nice little right angled triangle, and I'm going to remove this. So turning it over and folding it down. So I have been making less films, but I figure there's a massive library there of films that you can use, and it's partly because I'm doing a lot more things in person for patients and staff, but I am still adding some. And watch this space, but I certainly can't keep up over years, once or even once a fortnight or once a week, so I'm being kind to myself as well. So you need 2 pieces of paper, 2 squares of 15 by 15 centimetres. Right, the first step is quite a fun, in a way quite a tricky step. So what you need to do is you're going to make 2 folds to divide it into thirds. So you could sort of roll it around. There's a couple of ways you could do this. You could sort of roll round and then see if you can kind of tighten it so that you will end up with 3 folds that way. Or you can judge it by eye and bring it down so that this looks the same as this. That's the way I've tended to do it, and it takes a little bit of patience with yourself, but to me that looks about the same as that. And then taking the bottom and bringing it up, and if it's not quite right you can reposition. So not bad. It's come from practice, so if you find it tricky, can you see? So it has folded up 3 ways like that. So that's one of them. So it's modular. You've got these 2 that fit together. There's no glue or anything. So another way you can do it, as I was saying, is to sort of do it almost like a roll. So if you do it like a roll like that, if you found it difficult to judge by eye, and then you can get this to line up and the inside to line up. So that's another way of doing it. I have tended to prefer judging by eye, but this should work too. So hopefully one of those methods. You can see it's slightly out, so I'm going to go back to my tried and tested. It might give you a guide. You could measure it if you wanted. There's 15 by 15 and what's that? Yes, so each of those 5 is another way to do it. Great. So you've now got it. It becomes quite nice and sort of solid. There's a lovely solidity to this. So you've got 2 pieces which are folded in 3. Great. And it's actually quite simple. It's really pleasing to do. And obviously it takes you a little time because you need to do 5 tiles. I'm just going to show you how to do 1 tile. So for a corner, just take a corner. It doesn't matter which corner. And fold it down like this. And let's do exactly the same for the other piece of paper. So the same thing. There we go. And I'm showing you the different colours so you can see which one's going to be which. Okay, so you've done them both the same way. And now I want you to do the corner the opposite way. So it form a parallelogram. And it's just that they both need to be the same. Don't attempt to do these tiles smaller. I have, and it's really tricky and it doesn't work very well. They're meant to be big, I think. I mean, you could do them bigger still, actually. There we go. So, I mean, you could try if you really want to, but I don't recommend it, as I certainly struggled. So now you've got 2 pieces of paper like this. So they're the same. Now I want you to decide which colour will be the back of your piece. I think I'm going to use mine cream as the background, so that will be the colour. And then I'm going to place the other one in the middle. So they're identical. And that's going to be the one that's going to be the back. And then I'm placing this in front of it, like so. And really line up. It all needs to be quite accurate. It's going to be quite a tight little fit. So it's almost like it's going to be a little hug, one hugging the other. So bringing this over, and you see it's almost bringing back the square that was there, and then the other one as well. So it's very tight, but hopefully you have got a little square there appearing. And you can see on the back, that's going to be the back of your tile. And then the idea is you'll do the same with the other, but one needs to tuck into the other. So first of all, I'm going to open up one side and just tuck it under, like so. It's a very tight squeeze. That's it. And we've got the same for this one. Now, for this, it's the tricky bit. It's like anything modular. It's the last bit that's the tricky one. But it's rather a nice point of concentration. So here, I am going to try to bring this up. It's a tight squeeze. Let me see. Bring this up. Like so, but I need to tuck this under, so it'll be a lot of concentration. You'll need to lift it up a little bit and push it in and slide it in. Let me see if I can do that. So I'm going to slide it in. It needs to curve round, slide it in. Sorry, that one, but you'll see what we're trying to do. That's it. Poke it in. And there we go. We've got a lovely little dakji tile. And it just feels so nice. It's a lovely solid thing. You could also use them as little mats. I don't know. But let's see. I'm going to attempt to show you, if I can, at least the principles of how to do this. Now, I have found if you try to throw one onto the other on a hard surface, it's very hard. You need something with a bit of bounce. So I recommend something like a sheepskin rug or something, or a sofa, something that's a little bit soft, carpet. At least I found that a bit easier, but maybe with time you can get more aggressive. So here they are. I don't know whether this will work. It's always, it is hard, but let's see. So the idea is you throw. You can see it's not easy to do. So it keeps flipping over the piece I am throwing, but not the piece I really wanted to throw. As I said, it's a difficult game. So you've got not only accuracy, which I am not doing great on. Come on. Oh, how to see something not work. It's typical, isn't it? As soon as you do it. I have managed to do this. losing all my tiles. It almost flipped, didn't it? Oh, it flipped right right over. But determined now. You can see it's a hard game. But this is the principle, but maybe from a greater height. Yes, did you see it did flip, but it needs to stay over. Wow. Yes. Difficult game, isn't it? Difficult game. So yeah, you can see that definitely need more practice. It's actually easier standing up, throwing down onto the carpet, really whacking. But it's a good game. You'll find your heart gets racing by the end of it. So I hope you manage. Make 5 of each, 5 per person. 1's for throwing, so I quite enjoy doing a different colour for the throwing. Happy throwing. I hope you have a good game with that. Thank you.